TxStampin Sharon. I needed to make some thank you cards, and so I was playing with different ideas. So I wanted to share those with you. Let me know which one you like the best in the comment section below. Or if you just want to give me a thumbs up, that's great too. If you currently don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be honored to assist you. You can find my store in the description box below, as well as my blog and how to contact me. Let's get started. So as I said, I needed to make some thank you cards. I have a friend who needs some thank you cards. And so as I was looking through my stamp sets, I loved the thank you so very much. These are special thank you cards. And so I pulled out Flourishing Phrases and I got to playing with different ideas. I'm going to give them all to her. But I wanted to share one of them in particular with you on the video today, how I made it. I was inspired to use Gorgeous Grape and Bermuda Bay by something that I saw. And so the first stamp set I pulled out just didn't work for what I wanted. I wanted to use both colors and it just didn't work out. So let me show you my card. There you go. I will be able to make a lot of cards with this technique for my friend. So I took the Flourish Dies that coordinate with the stamp set. And I took, first of all, I took a piece of Gorgeous Grape, took it to my die machine, and just cut it from side to side, okay? So now I end up with two pieces. I did the same thing with a sheet of Bermuda Bay cardstock. My measurements are 4 inches by 5 1/4, okay? So when I cut the Bermuda Bay apart, it looked like this. Okay, so see, I have two pieces. So then I was like, oh, it's kind of plain. So I ran it through the embossing folder, and it's the scripty one from Stampin' Up. Okay, so it's got the sweet little words, real subtle, and I thought, well, that's one idea. But then when I took the Gorgeous Grape, I ran it through with the Bubbles and Beads folder, a little bit more pronounced, and I liked it. So doesn't matter what folder you use, just pick one. I also cut out some white ones. So I have different colors. I've already used my Bermuda Bay one on here, but I was like, let's just do a video and let's play. Let's see which one we like best. So I have a layer of Whisper White that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/4, the same size as my colored cardstock was. So I thought, well, let's see what it looks like. Let's see if we do it upside down. So to do that, I'm gonna have to, so when I cut out the die originally, I'm gonna have to flip it over, and then I can kind of piece it in there like that. So kind of like paper piecing, if you've ever done that technique. And then I got to thinking, well, what would happen if I took the white one and did that? Would it be okay? I like it too, because you can still see the contrast here. I still have some sweet texture up here. So it could go either way. But for on this card, we're gonna do the Gorgeous Grape. And the way you do it now, notice this little piece right here. It's pretty delicate, so you gotta be careful. I'm gonna pull in my silicone sheet. I do have a sponge for my next step. I'm going to take and I'm going to add some liquid glue, especially to that little delicate piece right there. And I really wanted to catch the ends. This is such a fun way to use this die. I've had this stamp set and die for a long time, and I'm going to share a card with you that is similar to one that I shared when this first came out, this bundle first came out. Using the liquid glue allows me to move it around a little bit if I need to. So we're going to put this at the bottom. Now, if you use the scripty font, make sure, see, I can kind of move that a little bit. Make sure that your words are going the right way. Like, don't put it on upside down. Make sense? All right, so we have that piece down, and I'm gonna go ahead, while this doesn't have any other adhesive, really give it a good pressing. I don't wanna rub it with my hands because of that little delicate piece or some of the other layers or some of the other cutouts. So now I'm going to take my Gorgeous Grape one. We're going to add some liquid glue right here. I'm going to get my sponge and kind of tap some of that off. We're going to apply it to our die. Might get a little bit of sticky on your fingers, but it's worth it. So we're going to start putting it in there, and I can kind of move it with my fingers to make sure that it goes into the right spot because of that fun liquid glue. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, I'm going to take this. Since I know I don't have glue on this piece right here, I'm going to press this down really good. Make sure I get it all in there. So now I can either stamp with Bermuda Bay or stamp with Gorgeous Grape. I think since I have the Gorgeous Grape here, I'm going to stamp with Bermuda Bay. This in just a little bit. I have some Whisper White card bases. You could use any color you want, but I just preferred to have the white on white. I am keeping this very flat because I don't want to make her have to pay more money for postage, so I'm not adding any dimensionals. I'm just going to take this and add it with snail. I think each one of these are going to look so different, but yet it's the same layout. Okay, so far we've got this. Okay, now I do want to use the Flourish stamp set inside, and so I'm going to take, and since I stamped the sentiment with Bermuda Bay, I'm going to open up my Bermuda Bay again, and I'm just going to ink up the edge. And I'm just going to stamp a little bit right there, leaving her plenty of room to write her thank you note. There you go. On this one, I did it with, since I stamped with Gorgeous Grape, I stamped the flowers with Gorgeous Grape. All right, so there's our two. Now let's play with one more and see what it looks like. Bringing in my Whisper White layer again, and there's that little delicate piece again. Not all of them did that, just a couple of them. So just be aware of that. Oh, that's too much. Take some of that off. Let me hold it up so you can see. Liquid glue helps get down on all those raised areas especially, and it's going to hold all these little delicate cutouts down really well. I just love this. I was just having so much fun. I was like, oh, what about this color? What about that color? I mean, you could use any colors you want. Like I said, I saw something that inspired me with the Bermuda Bay and the Gorgeous Grape, and it wasn't even, I'm going to do it this way. It wasn't even a card. I'm going to push that in just a tad. Pressing down. Okay, so now we're going to add some liquid glue to the back of this. And one thing I wanted to point out, make sure you put the glue on the right side. So see, if I had put the glue on this side, it wouldn't line up, okay? So you want to take it to your cutout, make sure that this is how this is going to go in, okay? Then you're going to flip it over, and we're going to add some more liquid glue. I got lucky on the first one, didn't I? Because I didn't do that. I meant to. So I'm glad I remembered the second time so I could help y'all. Okay, get all those pieces where we want them before we really let it go. But try not to take too long because it might start sticking to your fingers like it just did to me. So fun. I'm loving it. I am loving it. All right, let's see if I can do this without getting glue on my fingers. I keep saying I need a bigger silicone sheet. Okay. So now I've kind of got a quandary. I just realized I think I'm going to stamp with Bermuda Bay. I didn't put any Bermuda Bay on here and I want to use that color. I'm going to clean my stamp. Well, I didn't have to, I guess, but I guess I got in the habit of cleaning because I kept switching between Bermuda Bay and Gorgeous Grape. All right, so we're going to stamp right here, holding our stamp there for just a few seconds to get all that ink off. Now, the other cards I have to share with you are totally different than these. So I hope that you like those as well. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I didn't welcome you, and I'm so sorry. I want to welcome you to my channel. I invite you to hit the subscribe button below and then hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video or I do a YouTube live. Okay, before I show you my other three, so we have these, all right, looking pretty good, love them. I feel like these are very simple to make. The next ones I'm gonna show you are embossed. I've got some copper going on. I love copper and I haven't been playing with it as much as I love. I went ahead and stamped the flowers, and I don't know if you can see the shimmery color to that Gorgeous Grape, but I poured, I stamped the flowers with the Gorgeous Grape, and then I quickly poured clear embossing powder over one flower, stamped again, poured it again, and then I figured out by accident that I can actually stamp the vines over the flower, and it turned out just fine. So there's another thank you card for my friend. And this is the card that is similar to one I did. And if you want to go to my blog, I will put a reference back to the other card. It was a card that I copied that my husband bought me for our anniversary. And I did really well getting close to what the manufacturer did of that card with this stamp set. And then here is just a real simple one. Again, using the copper. I will put all the measurements to these cards in the description box below. I just used the tufted embossing folder and then just stamped with the Versamark ink pad and then poured the copper emboss powder over it for the vine and the sentiment. I'm off to a good start for my friend, and I still have one more piece left, but I will be cutting out more. So I hope y'all enjoyed these cards, and I hope you give this little paper piecing technique a try. Happy stamping, y'all!